I played 3 regions of solo cash cups and did terrible in all of them. Thankfully, I learned a lot, and this video will be going over the main issues I saw when VOD reviewing the tournaments. My first mistake is not knowing where zones pull. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned how I would base up outside the first moving or have no clue whether it pulls over any elevation and would burn a ton of mats. I've gotten better with paying attention to where exactly first moving is and what elevation it pulls up. However, in later moving zones, I stopped paying attention since I'm tunnel visioned on getting a refresh or kids around me. In these next examples, you'll see how I'm unaware of elevation or direction changes and get punished for it by doing that. Jesus. Oh, why would he? I thought he was gonna come up and I was gonna pump him. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I equated no ammo to being shambles, but I was looking for a refresh I didn't need while I still had really good mats, and that put me on backside of zone while pulling up a mountain. Alright, the next thing I noticed is that I play high layers for too long, and when I do, I play them poorly. It's basic endgame knowledge to play high layers when you have mats and mobility, and lower layers when you don't to pick up a refresh because of the congestion. When being on the high layer, you gotta be aware of height. Even if you aren't directly second height, if you don't block your head, you will get punished because height is trying to spray down anyone who's a potential threat, and if you're playing a high layer, they'll see you as one. I neglected to block my head a couple of times, and that led me having to stagger and heal on backside of zone. But the thing is about staggering on the high layer is that everyone could see you and you're prone to getting server sprayed, especially in the earlier moving zones. In these examples I'm about to show, you'll see me incorrectly playing high layers and paying the price for it. I get this big. Damn. I did not want to catch that 2-shot shot. It's unfortunate. Another thing I noticed is that I'm not blocking my angles. Sometimes you can get away with not blocking them and other times you can't. I need to pay more attention to who could look at me, and in these examples you'll see I don't cover my angles and take a lot of damage from it. I have to going up. I'm still on dead side, so this is good. Ah, shit. Hey, that kid just is the GOAT.
1, 2. Alright.
You with twins. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, I'm sorry.
I thought he was a cooler box, that's my bad. So I was shooting the cooler box.
Sir. Why are you on my... One thing I could do to fix this is by placing a cone on my head and scouting. I noticed that I never place a cone over my head in moving zones. I deprive myself of any information I could get from looking at the cone and just blindly rotate without knowing all the threats around me, such as someone looking back to hold me. This wasn't a direct cause of any of my deaths, but it definitely played a role in a few of them. Another thing my friend actually pointed out was that I take unnecessary zone damage or make storm plays when they only put me in the worse position than what I was previously in. In these examples, you can see that I could have easily made a different play without taking any zone.
Yeah, decent last round. Yeah.
Of course you were waiting for me, bro. One issue I had that I won't blame ping on, since I've had it happen on NA before, is not connecting my builds to something and imprecisely tarping. In these two clips I attempt to connect my builds but rush to do so and don't ensure that I'm actually connecting. This messes up my layering and puts me in positions I don't intend to be in and gets me killed. Taking my time and making sure I connect my builds to something will prevent this from happening in the future. Marker. Like this. Holy shit. Even though I didn't perform as well as I wanted to, I still learned a lot and I'm gonna fix my mistakes for the next Cash Cup. If you want to catch the next tournament or any of my practicing, I stream live on Twitch every day, the link is in the description. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe and I'll catch you in the next.